In today's Collector's Cut, we're looking at the history of fight pictures through the highlights of several rare 35mm prints and how they mirrored the development of cinematography. For most of the 20th century, boxing's greatest moments were captured on motion pictures, on the brilliant and remarkably durable medium of 35mm motion picture film. From the 1890s through to the television era, 35mm was the standard format that captured the sport, its prestige, its violence, and its drama, at times with amazing clarity. The following is a selection of historic prize fights, including those from surviving 35mm prints. Long before high-definition video, before videotape, or even before synchronized sound, 35mm film carried boxing to theater audiences, helping to propel the sport into mainstream culture. But the technology and the technique of cinematography took several decades to develop. Early fight pictures suffered from poor exposure, slow, choppy frame rates, and with cameras that were poorly placed or simply too far from the ring. However, by the 1920s, cinematographers had developed a strong understanding of how to photograph prize fights, how to light the ring, where to position the cameras, and how to frame the action so that it translated clearly to the screen. The scene is Yankee Stadium, New York, July the 26th, 1928. World heavyweight champion Gene Tunney takes on challenger Tom Heaney, the champion of New Zealand. This was one of the last major prize fights of boxing's golden era. Captured at approximately 16 frames per second, this was also one of the last to be filmed with silent, hand-cranked 35mm motion picture cameras. Having previously defeated former champion Jack Dempsey, Tunney entered the ring as the overwhelming favorite. Known primarily as a master boxer, Tunney was encouraged in this contest to prove himself as a puncher as well. In the opening round, Tunney attempts to slug with the challenger, with mixed results. And Heaney, though no Jack Dempsey, manages to shake Tunney with a hard left to the ribs. As the fight progressed, Tunney returned to the defensive style he was known for. Over the course of the bout, he smothered the challenger in clinches, used his trademark footwork to create punching room, scored repeatedly, gradually wearing the challenger down. Rarely seen in highlight reels, this 35mm theatrical print shows the desperation of Heaney's cornermen as they try and revive the challenger. Stepping out for the 11th, Heaney attempts to rally, but Tunney quickly launches a counterattack. At 2 minutes and 52 seconds of the round, referee Ed Forbes stops the contest. Tunney retains the heavyweight championship, while Heaney lives up to his moniker, the Hard Rock from Down Under. By the end of the 1920s, 35mm cinematography underwent one of its most important transformations, the introduction of synchronized sound. Image and sound could now be carried together on the same strip of film. Cameras were no longer hand-cranked, but motorized to run at the standard speed of 24 frames per second. It's June 14, 1934, at the Madison Square Garden Bowl in Long Island City. This rare 35mm print captures the historic fight between Max Baer and the giant 6'6" heavyweight champion, Primo Carnera. Here, in the 10th round, Baer starts quickly, but he fights in flurries, biding his time between attacks, while Carnera, well behind on points, continues to stalk the challenger. While the film includes live audio of the contest, pre-recorded sounds from the crowd were later added to the soundtrack, designed to bring theater audiences closer to the action. An overhand right stuns Carnera. A second right sends the champion staggering into the ropes. Baer can be seen asking the referee to stop the fight. But despite the commotion, referee Arthur Donovan allows the bout to continue. At the bell, Carnera appears out on his feet.
Round 11.
In the 11th round, Carnera attempts to take control of the fight. Baer appears unfazed. Once again, the champion is floored. This for the 10th time in the fight. After the 11th knockdown, Carnera gestures to the referee. Donovan believes the champion has had enough and stops the fight.
Time! 2 minutes, 16 seconds, 11th round. The winner, new champion, Max Baer.
It's July the 2nd, 1940, in Roosevelt Stadium, New Jersey. Former heavyweight champion Max Baer is about to face off against the legendary Tony Galento.
This is the feature attraction of the evening.
In prize fights, live synchronized sound captured more than just the main event. Cameras and microphones recorded everything in front of the lens, from the audience shouts and cheers, to pre-fight music and speeches, to ring introductions, to banter among officials.
From Orange, New Jersey, weighing 244 and a half.
In this contest, the fireworks begin before the bell. Galento's combative and flamboyant personality instigates the traditional pre-fight instructions into something akin to a mob sit-down.
Now will you talk right into this? All right. Well, hold this, will you? I'll talk right into it. Right in close, close.
Are you gentlemen acquainted with the boxing rules of the state of New Jersey? Is there any questions?
Well, I'll tell you, Ref. I don't mean any questions, but I want to fight a clean fight, and if that first time it gets rough, I'm going to get twice as rough.
All right, boys.
Here's another thing, too. There's no pulling in on hitting, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's all up to the referee. The referee's in there to decide on that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he can see that.
How about open gloves if he boxes with open gloves? You're supposed to close your gloves, aren't you?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Take these down a little, too, so there'll be no...
What's this still? What do you got there?
Same as you
They're
got.
both above them. All right, shake hands, boys. Come, wait a minute. Come out fighting. Any knockdowns, no inverted corners, no kidney punches, no rabbit punches. When I tell you to break, both break clean and back up. Is that clear? Now, wait a minute. And all foul tactics are scored against you, same as a fence point, and the fight don't end in a foul.
Okay.
Moments like this, unscripted, slightly chaotic, and entirely human, were lost on silent films. Max Baer won by knockout in the 8th round.
Rounds for the middleweight championship of the world.
Nearly a decade later, on September the 21st, 1948, at the same Roosevelt Stadium, Jersey City, another era is coming to a close.
Weighing 158, Marcel Cerdan.
European middleweight champion Marcel Cerdan is challenging world middleweight champion Tony Zale for the title. It will be Cerdan's greatest victory and Zale's last professional fight.
Weighing 159, the middleweight champion of the world, Tony Zale.
It's also a turning point in the history of cinema, as this is one of the last major bouts to be captured on nitrate film stock. Until the late 1940s, motion pictures were photographed and released on nitrate film, an emulsion capable of capturing extremely fine detail, deep contrast, and a luminous quality that gave images a distinct visual richness. You can see it here in the sharpness of the picture, the separation between foreground and background, the fighters' expressions, and in the faces at ringside. But nitrate film had a serious drawback. It was highly flammable and became unstable over time. In the decades before, fires in projection booths and storage vaults were not uncommon. And as the 1950s approached, the industry began transitioning to safer film stocks. This surviving 35mm print is more than just a documentation of a fight. It is a record of a film medium at its peak. Zale was predicted to be the easy winner, but the Frenchman was a vastly underrated challenger, swarming over and wearing down the champion over 11 rounds. Finally, as the Times wrote, his strength sapped, his resistance at an ebb, his face battered and bruised, his body racked and pained. Zale collapsed under a left hook to the jaw, just as the bell rang at the end of the 11th round.
Down and talks to friends in the press rows.
In the early 1950s, boxing's popularity made it a perfect fit for the new medium of television, much the way the sport had helped drive the growth of motion pictures at the turn of the century. While television brought the action into living rooms, films were still being made for release in theaters.
Well, it plainly is intent on staying away now. Be careful. There's the right hand, Walcott. And Rocky Marciano is the heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano.
By the late 1950s, as boxing reached the height of its popularity on television, some fight pictures were produced using a technology still largely unavailable to television audiences: color.
A smacking right hand landed by Sugar Ray Robinson to the ribs of Gene Fullmer. And Sugar Ray drops Gene Fullmer. 4, 5, Lister is 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, done.
The widespread use of color film in fight pictures would take another decade, but the advance brought an entirely new visual dimension to boxing on screen.
From Rockville Center, New York, the heavyweight champion of the world, Floyd Patterson.
It's March the 13th, 1961, at the Miami Beach Exhibition Hall. This will be the third fight between heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson and former champion Ingemar Johansson of Sweden. By the early 1960s, major fights like this one were broadcast live to paying audiences on closed-circuit television in theaters around the world. The era of prize fights at the movies was rapidly coming to a close. But major fights like this one were still being preserved on film.
And here is round one. On the right, Johansson, 206.5 pounds.
Johansson had knocked out Patterson for the championship in 1959, but Patterson regained the title the following year, becoming the first heavyweight champion to regain the crown. The opening round of this rubber match played out as a dramatic summary of their rivalry.
Here's the right hand. About a minute and 20 seconds left in round one. Patterson was stunned. One minute to go. A minute left. Round one. Less than a minute. Patterson is still wobbly. Johansson noticeably shaken. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing happening now, as you see both fighters, will be for them to rest and to shake the cobwebs.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The official count.
The time, 2 minutes, 45 seconds of the 6th round. The winner and still champion, Floyd Patterson.
For the 28-year-old challenger from Sweden, defeat again.
By the 1960s, television had become the primary medium for sports coverage. Some venues, like Madison Square Garden, still routinely filmed prize fights, but the practice was becoming increasingly rare.
His opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he's wearing green trunks. He weighs 205.5 pounds. The heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
This fight, the March 8, 1971 contest between heavyweight champions Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, arguably boxing's greatest fight of the century, was broadcast live worldwide using state-of-the-art video technology.
They appear very light. Frazier will try to pour in and catch his man.
But the fight was also captured on film.
He might try to blitz him here in round one, and he's trying it.
Documentary filmmaker William Greaves and his crew filmed the event with 16mm cameras, and the footage was later upscaled to 35 for theatrical release. Ali dominated the opening rounds, but Frazier set a fast and relentless pace. And while the momentum shifted back and forth between the two champions throughout the fight, it was Frazier who ultimately controlled the action. While television could present the fight live and in full view, William Greaves' film, with its multiple camera angles, extreme close-ups, and enhanced soundtrack, captured not only the intensity of the action, but also the atmosphere inside the arena and the scale of the event, compounding the excitement of an already thrilling contest.
Decision, and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
The first Frazier-Ali fight was a rare achievement, and not just in boxing. It was one of the most anticipated and publicized sporting events of all time that resulted in a thrilling contest that exceeded all expectations. In the decades before television, classic fight pictures were the high-definition viewing experience for theater audiences. Today, classic boxing has vanished from movie theaters and is rarely seen on television. Much of its history survives only in books, archives, and on the internet. This has, unfortunately, shaped the way young fans perceive historic fights. And even the boxers themselves, who are commonly dismissed as primitive, grainy relics of the distant past. But when the films are shown in their original luster, the boxers and the fights come alive again. The contests remain as vivid, dramatic, and exciting as they were on the days and nights they were fought.